Good morning, everyone. Myself is Girish Rias, Assistant Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, Cambridge Institute of Technology, KR Bangalore. Today, we are going to discuss classification of metal forming based on temperature. So, based on working temperature, metal forming process is classified into hot working, cold working, and warm working. So what is mean by hot working? So hot working is nothing but if you are carrying a metal forming process above recrystallization temperature, then it is called as hot working. So based on working temperature, we classified into hot working, cold working, and warm working. If you are working a material above the recrystallization temperature, then it is called as hot working. If you are working a material below the recrystallization temperature is nothing but cold working. If the working temperature is below the recrystallization temperature, then it is cold working. Warm working usually it is just below the recrystallization temperature, it termed as warm working. Cold working generally process in the room temperature itself. The material is working in room temperature itself, it is called as cold working. Warm working is above the room temperature and just below the recrystallization temperature, it is termed as warm working. Here if you looking about what is the difference among hot working, cold working, and warm working. In hot working, the process is carried out above the recrystallization temperature. The material is soft. As we know, if you raise the temperature of the material will become soft, so that it is easy to undergo plastic deformation. And as we continue, as the material is at high temperature, here strain hardening will not take place. The material will not suffer from strain hardening and it will not become brittle. So as it is in high temperature, the ductility remains in the material in hot working. So ductility is a very major factor in order to carry out metal forming process. The material should possess ductility, then only metal forming process is possible. Otherwise you cannot do the metal forming process. So in art working there is no problem of strain hardening effect. So material retain its ductility. So in art working, as the material is soft, the force required for metal forming to take place is less. Okay, and the energy power consumed for metal forming is also less. So no need to go for heat treatment and again. Here cold working is carried out at the room temperature itself. So because it is carried out at room temperature, more force is required to metal forming to take place. It required more force. So a larger reduction in cross section cannot be possible. Only for small extent you can deform the material. So if you are trying to deform at room temperature itself, what happen? So the plastic deformation take place is very less, and as the plastic deformation take place, the material loses its ductility and it will become brittle because of strain hardening, because the grains of the materials come close to each other and it will become hard and brittle. So further deformation is not possible because the material will become brittle. If you try to deform the material further, there may be chances of cracks to take place. In order to retain the ductility back, as I told you, once the plastic deformation take place in cold temperature or room temperature, the material loses its ductility. Once if you want to regain the ductility, you have to go for heat treatment called annealing. So if you do heat treatment, the material regains the ductility. Further deformation you can do with the help of heat treatment. So compared to hot working process, every stage in cold working you need to go for heat treatment process called annealing for getting ductility property in the material back, because it is very important property to carry out metal forming process. Whereas in hot working process, material remains in high temperature and it remains in ductile stage itself, so that no need to go for heat treatment in hot working. So next, warm working process is carried out above the room temperature and just below the recrystallization temperature. So compared to cold working process, warm working process consumes less energy and power for As we discuss, metal forming is classified based on recrystallization temperature. Okay, so let's learn what is recrystallization temperature. Recrystallization temperature is the temperature where crystal structure get altered. Okay, temperature at which all metallic material undergo fragmentation of grains followed by nucleation and growth under the influence of external force. Okay, under the influence of external force along with temperature above some limiting value, the crystal structure get altering. So this temperature is called recrystallization temperature, reformation of the crystal structure under the influence of temperature above the critical value, and the force is termed as recrystallization temperature. Okay, usually recrystallization temperature for a material is in the range of 0.4 to 0.5 times its melting point of the metal. For example, if you take aluminum material, its melting temperature is 660 degrees Celsius and its recrystallization temperature is in the range of 330 degrees Celsius.
Difference between hot working and cold working. So first difference you can tell, hot working is plastic deformation and metal working process. The working temperature is above recrystallization temperature in hot working, right? In cold working, the working temperature is below the recrystallization temperature. In hot working, so force required for deformation, the force required for deformation or energy required for the deformation is less. Because of high temperature, material is subjected to high temperature. The material can be easily deformed. Force required is less. In cold working, force or energy required for the deformation is more. In hot working, uniform, fine, equiaxed grains are to be obtained and properties are uniform in any direction. So in hot working, you will get isotropic property in the material. Properties are uniform in all the direction, and you will get uniform fine equiaxed grain structure. Fine means a small grains of equiaxed grain structure you will obtain. Grain structure is uniform, and you will get a fine uniform grain structure along with properties are uniform in all the direction in hot working. Whereas in cold working, the grains will be elongated in horizontal direction. For example, you are doing rolling operation, the circular grains will be elongated in horizontal direction. Okay, elongated columnar grains will be produced. The properties are higher in particular direction. So because in cold working, as the grain oriented in horizontal direction, the properties along the grains will be more. So when you are applying the axial forces, okay, so along the axis of that component will be more. If you apply lateral force, lateral to the direction of grain orientation you apply, the property will be less. Okay, so hot working produces isotropic property on the material. So cold working produces an anisotropic property of the material. So cold working, they will get a good property in one particular direction and weak property in another direction. As I told you, because of rolling, grains will be oriented in horizontal direction. So you will get a good property along the grain. Okay, along the grain you will get a good property. Across the grain you will be having a poor property. And because of high temperature on the metal, the material is soft. You can easily deform the material. Energy required for deformation is less. Whereas in cold working, energy required for the deformation is more. Okay. So next, in hot working, because the material is at high temperature, so no strain hardening effect will be take place. So strain hardening effect means the grains will be reduced into small size and more grain boundaries per unit area will come. As a result, the mechanical strength will be increases. So the hardness of the material will be increases. Material lose ductility due to strain hardening. In hot working, there is no problem of strain hardening because material at high temperature only. Even though you deform the material, still the material is in ductile property only, ductile nature only. How much you want, you can easily deform the material. Whereas in cold working, once the deformation takes place, okay, only a small amount of deformation can achieved in cold working. Once that deformation takes place, strain hardening will be take place. So due to strain hardening, material loses its ductility. Okay. So carry out heat treatment process. So annealing is the heat treatment process used to carry out to bring the ductility back in the material. Annealing is the heat treatment to bring the ductility back in the material as well as to relieve the residual stresses. Due to metal forming, there may be chances of residual stresses present in the material also. Annealing, it eases out the residual stresses as well as it will bring the ductility back in the material. Strain hardening is a process of hardening of the material due to induced strain. Induced strain means due to deformation, the material will get hardened so that the ductility of the material will be decreases. If if the material is ductile in nature, then only plastic deformation is possible. Because of cold material, the material will become hard and brittle. In order to further deformation, you have to undergo material for the further deformation. You have to take into heating chamber where annealing heat treatment is carried out to bring the ductility and to reduce the to ease out the residual stresses. Okay, generally in the if you go to rolling or metal forming mills where sheets of the material is produced, metal sheet is produced. So a slab of 50 thickness is comes at the entry of the first roller. So similarly, a series of roller will be there. Okay. So in order to remain material to be remain above recrystallization temperature, in between the rollers, you will be having heating chamber. So once it is passed through the heating chamber, it will maintain the temperature of the material above recrystallization temperature, so that the material will not lose its ductility due to strain handling. Okay, so it remains its softness and ductility. Further, if it goes to second stage of roller, where the gap will be minimized. Okay, further reduction in thickness will take place. Further, it will go to heating chamber. In between the series of roller, will provide the heating chamber so that so you maintain the temperature of the material above recrystallization temperature. So you will keep the ductility in the material and you deform. So if you go to any casting and forming industry, for example, you have JSW as a unit. It is a continuous casting unit for producing a metal sheet. Okay, you can reduce 50 thickness to 2 with the help of step by step deformation process. In between the rolling setup, you can keep the heating chamber so that you can do the reduction to the smaller extent. So in cold working process, only small component can be do cold working, because if you take the large component, it requires more force for uh, deforming the material. So if you try to apply more force on the component, so it may, because of hard nature or brittle nature of the material, it may break. Okay, cold working is suitable for smaller reduction. For example, as I told you, so you have to reduce 50 to 2 Up to 4 reduction, you will carry out art working process, because art working process, the impression of the roller will be there on the surface of the material. So you will not get a good surface finish on art working process once you achieve 4 thickness. So further, you have to reduce into 3 or 2 For small reduction, there you will do the cold working process so that the surface finish of the sheet metal will be good. Okay. So cold working, you will get a good surface quality, whereas in hot working, surface finish is not good. In cold working, surface finish will be good. Hot working, because it is subjected to above recrystallization temperature, there is a chances of atmospheric air. Okay, oxygen present in the atmospheric air react with the component of the material. For example, if you carry out steel sheet manufacturing, the carbon present in the steel will react with oxygen on the atmosphere. There is a scale formation on the top surface. So, surface acceleration occurs, scaling will be present, and surface finish is poor in hot working. Whereas in cold working, there is no problem of oxidation or surface oxidation. Scale formation, there is no problem, and your surface finish will be good. Okay, handling of hard metal will be difficult because of high temperature. You cannot manually handle. You you require good machines, automated machine setup. Good automation is required for handling material through art working process. In cold working, a manual interface also. With the help of machine, you can also control by manual operation.
This class we discuss about the difference between hot working and cold working and what is recrystallization temperature. Hope you all understand. Thank you. Have a good day.